Social skills advice is all over the place these days. When I open YouTube, I've got one guy telling me to be joyful, connect with people, start deep conversations. And then a different channel will tell me, be mysterious, stay quiet, work silently to protect your peace. And it just messes with my head, man, because I used to be very introverted when I was younger. Not to the point where I just didn't talk to people, but I had a very close knit group of friends and I didn't know how to reach out and sort of meet new people, make new connections. And so in my late teens, I started developing my social skills, meeting more people, taking more chances, and it did pay off. But recently, I've realized that becoming more social has had its drawbacks. It's sort of gone too far. I've sort of pushed the needle too far the other way in becoming too social. For example, recently I've noticed that I tend to interrupt people in conversation. And I don't mean to, it's just because they stop talking and I think they're finished. And then I just start going again because I'm enthusiastic about the conversation. But it's just little things like that that kind of, I probably need to work on. And then there's the wanting to stay silent, talk less, in order to protect any projects that I have. Make sure people, are not constantly asking about them. Because when you start something new, or you've got a passion, whatever, this YouTube channel is a very good example. If you tell people about it, there's many negatives to that. The first one I can think of is the dopamine rush that you get from telling people. Now, you might think to yourself, well, you want to get the message out there, you want to tell as many people as possible. When you tell people about your YouTube channel, you're going to have some people that obviously hate on you, make fun of you, which of course is not a nice feeling. But you'll get the people who are actually bigging you up and trying to motivate you. And before you've even achieved success on YouTube, you've got this massive dopamine spike of people congratulating you simply for just starting the channel. And then when you actually start making videos, you feel unmotivated. It does not compare to that euphoric feeling that you had. And worse than that is that people will always be checking in on your progress. People are asking, oh, how's the YouTube channel going? And if you tell them you haven't gained a subscriber in 6 months, recently I've been losing subscribers because I've changed the format of the videos, people are going to be like, oh, okay. And it's sort of, it's not required. You don't need to do that to yourself. You could just keep it to yourself and let the sort of progress speak for itself. Because eventually, if you get lucky, if you hit it big, then people are going to be like, whoa, what the heck? And there might be people back in the day, and you see this a lot, where you ask them for help or whatever. You said, oh, do you want to do this YouTube channel with me? And they said, nah, bro, that's cringe. I ain't got time for that. And then you succeed, and then suddenly they start reappearing again. And I've shot myself in the foot too many times where I've told people about my YouTube channel or said that I've had a YouTube channel, but not revealed the name, which I don't know why I do that. I guess I'm trying to be mysterious and whatnot. I've told them that I make YouTube videos and then they're constantly badgering me. Oh, what's the channel name? What's the channel name? And they're trying to find it or whatever. And yeah, it's not worth the mental headache of it all. It really isn't. Just protect your peace. Any projects you've got, don't be cringily mysterious. Cringily? Is that a word? I don't know. It is now. Don't try to just be this guy who's like trying to aura farm, because some guys are naturally like that. Some guys are naturally mysterious and that's how they convey themselves. But I'm not that guy, pal. Trust me, I'm not that guy. I remember 2 years ago when I was texting this one girl. She was asking me what I was up to, and we were going to have a call that evening. And I said I couldn't because tomorrow I have to work on my purpose. Those were my exact words in the text message. And I put the flipping saluting emoji, man. It's so cringe, honestly. So yeah, just don't do that. That is, yeah, if I could meet my younger self, I would have a long discussion with him on how not to be a dunce. And I'd say with these projects, it can be hard because you feel disconnected from other people when you start talking less, when you are just not as suddenly, I don't want to say enthusiastic, but you're just not the same as before. People start to notice. They'll be like, oh, you're a bit quiet today. Is everything okay? Blah, blah, blah. And that's nice of them. I appreciate that when people check in on me because, you know, they could just not care at all. But it doesn't, there's still that loneliness there where you're wanting to build this thing. You're still in the early stages of it. And you really feel disconnected from the world around you, and then you get those thoughts, those self-limiting beliefs of what if it doesn't work out, what if I waste all this time, what if. And you've just got to push through, man. The way that I view it when I'm making videos is that if I quit now, my next video would have blown up. Like, let's say I stopped this recording halfway through, this could have been the video that blew up and made all my dreams come true. Now, statistically speaking, is that true? Probably not. And I'm probably going to upload this video. It's going to get 10 views, and then that's that. And that could demotivate me. But then I say, oh, but the next video, if I quit now, the next video was going to blow up. And eventually I'm going to be right. If I make enough videos, at least one of them's going to do well. The more shots I take, the more chances I have of it going in. So I have that belief, bro. And finally building this in silence and just letting your actions speak for themselves is so much more of a beautiful feeling than simply telling people all about this YouTube channel, getting made fun of, people asking about your progress. Because people think like, oh, this guy's a slacker, he's not been working something. But it's like, when you're in the gym and you've been hammering the gym for months and months, building a good physique, losing weight, getting leaner, and then, you know, you get invited to a pool party or whatever these kids do in America, and you take your shirt off and people are like, whoa, what the heck, man? I mean, I had a bit of that when I was still obsessed with my own vanity and posting on Instagram. People were just like, because I was seen as quite a nerdy kid in high school, and suddenly having this ripped physique surprised a lot of people. So it definitely pays off the work. And if you want to, I guess, balance the two, is that you can still tell people about what you're up to if it's like fun projects. Maybe you've started going to language classes, maybe you've started rock climbing, a new hobby or whatever. You can talk about them passionately, but when it comes to businesses and projects and stuff that's really trying to make something of yourself, that stuff I believe you should keep private. Be friendly to people, be polite to people, but when they're asking, oh, what did you get up to the weekend, and you were just grinding this YouTube channel, just say, yeah, nothing much, man. What about you? What have you been up to recently? What shenanigans have you been getting up to? You can use that phrase, bro. Works every time. And that's it. Learn more about other people. That's the key to being more social, is having an interest in other people. Not talking about yourself as much, because you'll notice when in social settings, you'll hear people talking and it's like they're having separate conversations. Although they're talking to each other, one person will talk about themselves, and then when the other person starts speaking, they do not build on what the other person says. They just know that something they said reminded them of a story about themselves, so they start speaking about themselves. And you can change the pattern, man. You, of course, can speak about yourselves in bits and pieces, but always make it about the other person in order to be liked. So I guess this is the philosophy we need to follow. This is definitely what I need to follow, because yesterday I was talking less, people were picking up on it, but I'm a very naturally expressive person, and I shouldn't, you know, negate that and dilute that. I should be my expressive self, but keep my peace when it comes to my projects. I wish you all the best, bro. We're gonna come to the top. Let's go.